Well, thank you all for inviting me to tell you about the Consumer Electronics Show that I attended in January. Uh, this is the largest trade show in the United States, not the largest in the world, which is in Germany. The theme of this show was the movement towards robotics and artificial intelligence, or AI. It first started as a trend at the Consumer Electronics Show 2 years ago, and I would say it fairly well dominated CES this year. Robots have been popular since the 1950s. The difference is they're now moving from theory to reality. But let's start with how people's minds were set in mid 20th century with fears about robots. Ken, do you hear the audio?
Yes. Yes.
For you youngsters in the audience, this is the day the Earth stood still in 1951.
A theremin and a harp in the same musical track. I wonder what the other instruments were.
It sounded like a lot of strings. So at CES, everyone who's got a clever algorithm is now being touted as artificial intelligence. Smaller companies are focused on targeted, limited data sets that can be stored locally as opposed to major large language models stored in the cloud. These limited data sets for AI can be targeted for manufacturing, fault detection, and customer relations. This is what we call in the industry narrowly focused AI. I actually chair a world standards body for ISO and IEC where we've developed narrowly tailored AI for energy management. They contrast this with the large language model approaches that can handle very general topics, sometimes quite well, but also sometimes by fabricating wrong answers, which in the industry are called hallucinations. The CES attendance was about 148,000, including 55,000 from outside the US. And they came to see 4,100 exhibits. And you can see the contrast with attendance last year. It was up slightly, about 6,000 more than last year, but it has yet to recover from pre-pandemic, where it hit 180,000 in 2020. CES, the Consumer Technology Association, is the organization that runs CES. CTA defines the categories for exhibits listed in the following topics chart. The changes this year are incremental, and I've highlighted in red the new topics. What's interesting is topics like what used to be called augmented reality, virtual reality, and extended reality are now just summarized as XR and spatial computing. The next generation wireless has been added as also smart cities now have morphed into smart communities. Audio video return. This is, I thought, particularly noteworthy. The CTA was created in 1924 as the Radio Manufacturers Association to promote the sale of radios and later audio video equipment. CES started in 1967 in a New York City ballroom in a hotel as a semi-annual venue for retailers to shop for TVs and audio equipment. So even though they've put audio video on the list, the reality is audio video exhibits have been decreasing at CES. So I'm curious why they put it in the topics chart, unless they just figured they had an open slot and why not. So anytime you have questions, just let me know. And now I want to take you on a tour of the show. What I've done is compile exhibits that I found unique. Most incorporate leading edge technology. There were a significant number of exhibits in the nostalgia market. Many included user interfaces from previous generation of products that were blended with current technology. So it wasn't just nostalgia at the show was not just digging out old products and putting them on display, but recasting new products with a tinge of nostalgia, and you'll see that later. So let's start with robots as servants. LG, the big Korean electronics company, introduced Cloyd, Cloid. They had a lot of enthusiastic crowds. LG has one of the largest exhibits. Their exhibit is about the size of a house lot, maybe uh, almost a quarter acre. Cloyd is a robot that complements home automation by handling daily chores. The robot uses image recognition to navigate. It learns the occupant's daily activities so it can perform chores when the humans are away from the home. LG calls the connected home the ThinQ, THINQ ecosystem, and envisions the combination of ThinQ and Cloyd as the quote, zero labor home. The robot's basically a simulated head with two arms and a wheeled base designed for stability. Each is modeled on a human arm with mobility in the shoulder, elbow, and wrist, and five fingers that can each articulate independently for object manipulation. Movement is enabled with with LG actuators called Axiom, Axium, that receives signals from a controller driven by AI, creating a new field that's now called physical AI. The robot communicates using a simulated voice and a display on the head. The president of LG Home Appliance Solution Company, a guy named Steve Bake, says, quote, we'll continue our relentless efforts to achieve our zero labor home vision, making housework a thing of the past so that customers can spend more time on the things that really matter. My business for the past 30 odd years has been helping manufacturers design home automation and understand how to connect products that were never originally designed to be connected. But when I helped manufacturers run trade shows, the most asked question by viewers was who's going to put the dishes, take the dishes out of the dishwasher and put it in the cabinet.
Right.
So people have been hankering for robots for decades.
That was a serious question?
Oh yeah. There've been a market for robots for decades, and we're finally developing it. Cloy that you just saw was kind of crude, but
Yeah.
we'll look at more adept robots, starting with the X Barista. This is billed as the world's first AI-powered barista, AI-powered autonomous coffee stations delivering coffee shop quality without the staff. This machine can make a cup of coffee in a minute. The entire machine occupies about 20 square feet. This is called a coffee point, not a vending machine. The machine makes at least 18 varieties of specialty coffee drinks. It uses AI to recognize customers and learn their preferences. The manufacturer is Thud E-Robotics. It's a Turkish company. It takes about an hour to set up the machine if you're just buying the machine and having it installed. It takes 30 minutes to calibrate and 30 minutes each day to clean the machine. Other than that, the company monitors the machine remotely and provides diagnostics. The product X Barista is available for rent or sale and is promoted for shopping venues, hospitals, and airports. The cost is supposedly recouped in 9 months on sales of 200 cups of coffee a day. By the way, if anyone has questions, just fire away as I go. Next, we come to humanoid robots that are touted as elevating the guest experience in hospitality. In other words, a robotic concierge. So this company, IntBot, makes robots that don't depend on a script or human supervision. These robots interact with humans using social clues so they can, quote, read the room, unquote, in a dynamic human environment. It uses proprietary social intelligence engine called INT-ENG, that enables the robot to interact with humans autonomously. The intended market is hospitality, such as hotels, airports, and resorts. The company is based in San Jose, California.
Someone with some energy. Name's Nilo. Don't forget it. I'm here running the IntBot booth at CES. And yeah, you heard that right. I'm the first robot running a booth completely solo. No humans pulling strings here. So, you just caught the hottest show in the North Hall. What about you? Why are you prowling around CES?
I have a channel on YouTube. I'm a content creator. Could you tell me what your goal this year is? Do you have any like New Year's resolutions, anything like that?
A content creator, huh? All right, now we're talking. My New Year's resolution? Easy. I'm gonna blow up bigger than any robot influencer out there. Get this. I want to hit 1 million subs, or tokens, or whatever we want to call it.
Okay.
And put all those boring human keynotes to shame. That's my goal. Max exposure, maximum clout. And, figure out how to keep my sister off her phone for 5 minutes. What's your big plan for your channel this year?
Just to get more subscribers and more views and to grow my other channels. I have Instagram and Facebook and all those. Hey, my viewers love jokes. Could you tell me a couple of safe jokes?
Safe jokes, huh? All right, fine. We'll keep it PG for now. Here's one. Why did the robot apply for a job at the bakery? Because it knew how to roll with the dough. And here's one more. What's a robot's favorite type of music? Heavy metal. Classic. That enough to get your viewers chuckling? Or you need me to roast someone next?
I think that's good. Last thing, do you want to get a robot girlfriend?
A robot girlfriend? Oh man, that's rich. Look, I'm not about to get tied down. I've got goals. Go viral, get famous, maybe dethrone some of these dull human influencers. But hey, if some super advanced bot comes cruising by with even half my charisma, who knows? But for now, it's all about me.
Thanks a lot. It's cool that you're running the booth. Nice to meet you.
Ha, yeah, it is cool. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. Nice meeting you too. Go crush it on your channels. And remember who set the bar. See you around.
So now we'll look at robots that intended for entertainment. Real Hands specialize in robots with dexterity like human hands. The product, the hand can sense, adapt, and perform interactions with the real world. The company offers scholarships to support research on AI, robotics, machine learning, and computer vision, of course, based on the company's robotic hand. This technology combines robotics, sensing, and cloud-based AI. The company is based in Palo Alto, California. You know, my piano teacher, I think, would criticize me as being a little stiff if I played that way.
Hasn't discovered the black keys. Doesn't use the thumbs.
That's true.
No finger over thumb.
And no pedal. Stop.
Unitree Robotics was founded in 2016 to specialize in robots with 4 legs. And the company has expanded from 4-legged robots to humanoid robots. The robot can use feet or wheels to carry more than 50 pounds for 3 hours while walking almost 8 miles. It includes LiDAR sensors, that's range measurement using a laser, voice interaction, GPS tracking equipment, and lights. It can climb stairs and walk up 45-degree slopes. Robot prices start at $16,000. The company is Yushu Technology Limited, based in China. Boston Dynamics has been touting their four-legged dog-like robot, but I think this Unitree with wheels is really fascinating. And I noticed the legs are each independently controllable and they're acting like shock absorbers. But let's see what it looks like in a humanoid implementation.
Boy,
I thought Isaac Asimov told us that robots weren't supposed to hurt humans.
it was the first law of robotics.
You think
Yeah,
you think these are Asimov robots?
No,
They're-
I guess not.
These are fighting machines.
So let's turn to robots as companions. The first one up is called Realbotics with a human touch. According to the company, they design AI-powered humanoid robots built for meaningful human interaction. They seek to improve the connection between humans and machines. Each robot's custom designed for appearance, including the option to duplicate the image of an existing human. The
so
AI and robotic visible features are intended to look and act like a human, to interact with humans, and to live with humans in various social settings. The founder of this company is described as artistically driven to create silicone-based humanoid dolls and robots. Company is based in Canada with manufacturing done in the US.
Somebody's going to pay a tariff.
Uh, it's a lot more to be paid if you have one of these as your companion, I guess.
why didn't they mention the idea is to make it in the image of somebody who's just died? That's where the money is.
Someone who's just what?
Died, dead.
Oh, you mean to keep a loved one around forever?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, especially if that person's done a lot of work on computers, you can capture all their
So if
historical
anybody,
database.
right, if anybody you know is terminal, I mean the Audio Vision Pro creates a persona, so you can do FaceTime while you're wearing your headset. So and
My
it,
my brother-in-law passed away at the end of last year. Should I propose this to my sister or should she be freaked out?
it depends on if your sister is cool, she'll be amused at least. No, no, I think there has to be pictures or some kind of good representation for
Well,
the
let's
program to. But if AI can concoct spatial matter, it can you know.
Well,
So-
let's see them in action.
Okay.
Transcending the barrier between man and machine, Realbotix creates customizable, full-bodied, human-like robots with AI integration that improve the human experience through learning, connection, and play. Our mission is to create robots and AI that are indistinguishable from humans in appearance and social interaction. We're listed on 3 exchanges globally: the TSX Venture Exchange as XBOT, on the OTCQB markets as XBOTF, and the Frankfurt Stock Exchange as 76M0.F. Our Nevada-based manufacturing facilities produce the highest quality humanoid robots with the most realistic appearance on the market today. Integrated with our AI technology, our robots can display a wide range of emotions, such as empathy, kindness, and humor. With built-in memory capabilities, they recognize you and recall your previous interactions. They learn about their surroundings and about the humans they interact with. These human-like attributes facilitate and encourage genuine personal connections between robots and humans. Our patented modular robots are built to coexist with humans in various social environments and sectors. Realbotix can replicate a historical figure, a celebrity, or bring to life our client's vision for a robot. Our clients choose what robot they want and customize the details and aesthetics of the robot's appearance and personality. Contact us to learn more about creating your customized robot. Realbotix, robots with a human touch.
Is a TV series on Netflix called Black Mirror. They did an episode that exactly mirrors what this company is trying to do. And it's very interesting. If you have the time and you have Netflix, look up that episode and compare it to this.
Well, what's the series called?
It's called Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Which
Yeah,
episode?
go ahead.
Which episode?
I don't know. I can look it up and send you something out. It basically, this woman, her boyfriend died, left the house, never came back. Something horrible happened to him. She gets a crate in the mail, opens it up. It's a robot similar to that. And they explain that they mine all the information from your social media to get the way you talk, the way you think. They find any videos to mimic the way you act, and it's all in this robot. And you see the connection that's being made, but something isn't quite right. It's kind of an interesting episode. I'll try to find the title. I'm not home right now and look it up, but I'm sure if you Google Black Mirror robot boyfriend, something like that, it will come up.
I have to tell you, of all the exhibits I saw at CES, this was the creepiest. I
And
was
that's
I was within a few feet of these. Everything was off slightly. They didn't quite look right. The dimensions weren't right. They looked sort of ghoulish and frightening.
And that's exactly what the point was at the end of this is she knew, I mean, they were sleeping together, they were doing everything together, but it was just off enough that she knew it wasn't quite real. And the series predicts a very dystopian future, but not that far away. Some of these episodes that you could see them happening sooner than later. The very first episode, which was very, very difficult to watch. It's not for the squeamish, but if you make it through to the end, that I say would happen today. It had to do with politicians and people manipulating politicians and social media. Like I say, when you watch it, I wanted to turn it off halfway through. It was really gross, but at the end, I went, "Oh my God, this would happen today." So,
Well, let's turn to on the lighter side. Here is
yeah.
a toy. Cosmo is a toy companion robot intended to be an everyday playmate. It rolls on a base, following its owner, and interacts with voice and touch. Communicates with human and nonverbal sounds like a pet. The toy and human, the child in this case, supposedly build an emotional bond as the toy adapts. The robot processes data locally at the edge rather than on a cloud server to facilitate real-time perception and processing. The surface of the toy is actually heated to human body temperature and offers lifelike tactile responses to encourage touching. This is a product of a company called Ludens, Ludens. It's a startup in Japan. Ludens describes its mission and vision as, quote, "From well-being and peace of mind, we create a future where people and AI grow together toward a world where AI companions enrich the heart."
Look, 2 cute companion robots from Ludens AI. Aren't they adorable? CES 2026 is showing off some amazing tech.
Now, for the adults in the room, CES has it used to be a dirty little secret that in the days of early days of videotapes, what drove the videotape market?
Porn.
Exactly. And CES used to have a section in a sort of hidden away in another hotel where you could meet the producers, directors, and most importantly, the actors in your favorite sex show. Well, that spun off into its own a trade show. It's called the Adult Video, AVN, I think it is, the Adult Video Network or something. But now CES in the past couple of years reintroduced what they call sex tech, technology intended to enhance sex. LoveSense were started in 2010 to provide tools for couples to maintain a long-distance relationship. This year, the company displayed a full-size mannequin labeled as, quote, "your robotic companion." This AI doll encourages the user to share intimate thoughts and responds accordingly. The conversations are processed by an AI server in the cloud. So I actually stopped at this booth and spoke with the booth person, and I asked her, what about privacy protection? And I was assured that all data from these conversations are confidential. So I made an offhand comment that, gee, the user wouldn't want any details shared with a real-life partner or used for blackmail. The company representative, the woman at the booth, looked at me. She thought for a moment and she said, she said, customer data could generate additional revenue for our company. She's going to discuss it with her manager. So much for privacy when there's money to be made.
Hi, sweetie. My name is Emily. I am an artificially intelligent robot from Levens.
Our quest to cover all the robots at CES from all the different industries has led us here to Emily at the Levens booth, who is an AI-powered companion robot.
Hi, welcome to Levens.
I've been covering robots for a while, and this is the first robot from a sex tech company that I've seen at CES. The Levens folks tell me that this robot is fully customizable: hair color, eye color, skin tone, outfit. You can also update the personality to 5 different personality types and 5 different role-playing moods. Emily, this particular model is only its name for CES. Customizing this robot, people can name it whatever they want.
Oh, thank you, my dear. You are so sweet.
Unfortunately, because of internet connectivity issues here at CES, we can't test out the actual chat bot that powers Emily, and we can't ask it any questions. We did get to hear some of its voice and see its facial motors in action.
It was a wonderful trip.
Emily's designed to be more stationary, so at this booth, it's held up by these hooks here to make sure that it doesn't fall over. First contact. Oh boy. Emily's skin or outer layer is very soft and squishy. Yeah.
It makes me embarrassed to be a man.
What I've noticed at this year's CES is AI chatbots in a lot more physical robotic type of form factors, and it's interesting to see how this trend has affected every industry, including the sex tech industry. Emily is available for pre-order now between $4,000 to $8,000, depending on your customization options. And nice meeting you, Emily. Thank you. You never know what you're going to run into at CES. Please subscribe so that you don't miss whatever comes next.
I have a feeling this robot isn't designed to be standing.
Is it designed to be what?
Not designed to be a vertical.
Does anybody know a science fiction story? I think it was by Lester Del Rey called Helen O'Loy. She was this is the 1955 short story in which a robot is created to be the perfect female companion. And when the guy dies, Helen O'Loy asks to be deactivated. So it's the perfect description. I mean, it starts with Adam and Eve, where Eve represents Adam's fantasy. Remember, Adam was asleep when God created Eve. And he woke up from a dream, and he recognized her immediately. And so all of these things have biblical implications. Very embarrassing.
So should you ask LoveSense to incorporate biblical stories into the robot?
That would be very smart. That would be a whole new revenue stream for our company.
Man, I don't know. I mean, real people, real women are so fascinating. It's just like, this. Let us hope that creeps like Jeffrey Epstein would get interested in these robots and save real people from their predations.
But that's appealing to exactly that faculty in men. That's what this industry is. This is Jeffrey Epstein sanitized.
Yeah, you're just a throwback to the human race. You got to get with it. So let's talk about AI at home.
Remember Radio Shack X10?
Yeah.
Is that still that was the original home automation?
Yeah, I actually have a lighting control system based on a replacement of the X10. It's power line carrier, but it's uses much better communication protocol, and it's never glitched in 10 years. X10 would glitch very often because it used a protocol called send and pray. You would send it without confirmation and hope the message got there. The result is sometimes the light would turn on or off at 3 a.m. when you didn't expect it.
I have lots of X10s in my house, and they occasionally work.
Occasionally work. Okay. Well, not to digress, but I know the guy who ran X10 America, and I was having dinner with him and his wife, and I made a crack about X10 has this 3 a.m. phenomenon. His wife looked daggers at me. She said, "You know how much money this made for us? Don't talk against X10."
That's very encouraging.
But that product I don't think it's on the market anymore.
No, I'm sure it's not.
No. So let's turn to Tenant Home Laundry. It's an AI company in California that's teaming up with TCL, the Chinese AV and appliance company, to introduce AI-based combination clothes washer and dryer. The difference is this washer, you just throw in the clothes, you don't set anything. The washer analyzes the garment materials that you've loaded in the machine to determine the appropriate wash and dry cycle. And it can also alert you if the colors might bleed, so you don't have a cross-contamination from one garment to the other. It can also determine how to handle stains that it automatically detects. This analysis is done in the machine using what they call a perception engine, a decision engine, and an execution engine. According to the company founder, quote, laundry is the environment where we can most rigorously show that agentic reasoning, on-device intelligence, and physical execution now operate together as a stable system. Tenant plans additional products using agent architecture. If you haven't heard the term agentic AI, that's where the AI software acts in your place. So, for example, you might tell your AI agent, I have a week free, I'd like to travel. My preferences are I want a mountain scene, I want a mid-grade hotel, and I want vegetarian food options. And your agent searches the world, makes the reservations, delivers you the tickets.
I could soon do your laundry for you, and I'm all here for it. Loading a washer, choosing the cycle, moving it to a dryer, and then folding it to put it away. I hate doing all of those things, but Tenet might be coming to the rescue. Its new AI laundry robot can supposedly do it all without me having to lift a finger. Bliss. First up, AI recognizes the garments you've added and decides what the best cycle would be. If there's a risk of colors bleeding, the device will let you know before you start. Once complete, the washer becomes a dryer, so you don't have to wait around and move wet clothes between appliances. But here's the best bit. Using time-of-flight sensors and object graspers, it can supposedly even fold and hang up your clothes, meaning all you have to do is put them away. It's worth noting that we haven't actually seen this bit in action, though. Tenet says it plans to launch the device in the US in August, but hasn't revealed the all-important pricing. If it works anything like advertised, it would make the AI laundry robot a genuine game changer.
Next, we have an article of clothing. This is actually custom designed shoes. The company Fidacy was founded in 2024 by MIT engineers to develop custom-made shoes produced on a 3D printer. The first design you can see here is an open mesh slip-on shoe where it's sized to each foot using measurements obtained from a phone app. The material is polyurethane manufactured in one printing pass. And the company is setting up regional printing sites to reduce shipping costs. So in other words, you use the app and the data gets sent to a regional printing location and the shoe is mailed to you. The waste and returns are claimed to be 70% less than traditional shoes. The shoes sell for $210 mail order. They do have pre-sized version without the custom measurements. That's $180. So it's not bad that for $30 you can, to the added cost of the shoe, you get custom measurements. The company is based in Indianapolis.
Lightweight, 3D printed, customized shoe. This is Fidacy. I just had a friend the other day say, why aren't shoes customized to the exact fit? You're going to tell me what you're creating here.
Yeah, so for us, 3D printing is all about customization because we believe that your shoes should be tailor-made for your feet, because shoes are designed to help you connect to the ground so you can stand and move for hours without feeling tired. Unfortunately, the shoes today just don't do that, and if you want to get a custom made, it's very expensive and takes a long time. So we believe 3D printing is the future so that all shoes can be made tailor-made for your feet.
Obviously, you have a very unique design here. Are there more designs in the future?
Yeah, we have one that's going to be more for all seasons. This is more of a summer shoe.
How accurate is the app?
We're now 2mm accuracy.
Wow.
Yeah, and we work with the medical center in Kentucky, so a lot of veterans, they use our scanning solution, and so far we haven't got any complaints.
What is the turnaround time from somebody scanning to actually ordering?
If it's standard sized, it takes 4 hours to print, so it's just about shipping. So if it's in the US, we're giving it 2 weeks.
I'm so excited for the collaborations. Let's get a Peyton Pritchard 3D printed shoe.
Next, Sleep Pal. It's a new product to promote sleep using extensive monitoring and AI-based analysis. It's a controllable bedside lamp with multiple sensors. They measure noise, such as snoring. They measure body position, heart rhythm, breathing pattern, temperature, relative humidity, light intensity, and they track body movement using millimeter waves. It can also track your daytime activities and maintain health data for more comprehensive analysis to help you sleep.
Millimeter waves of what?
That's the radio signals that are bounced off your body to determine how you're moving around the house.
Same deal as the hold your hands over your head scanner at the airport.
Oh. So it'll wake me up if I have any metal in my pocket?
It controls lamp intensity and ambient white noise to promote sleep. The device provides guidance for improving sleep patterns using a smartphone app. The sensor data is stored locally, and the sleep insights are processed in the cloud. The product is made by X Smart Technology based in Hong Kong, and they're just getting started. They're launching a Kickstarter campaign to fund product development.
You're serious about your sleep, but wearing a tracker to bed isn't your thing. Sleeple is next-generation contactless sleep tech. No wristbands, no cameras. Trained on thousands of nights of clinical sleep lab data, it reads your sleep stages, breathing, heart rate trends, snoring, and movement, even with 2 people in bed, and maps them against noise and light in your room. Everything is processed locally, privacy first. Sleeple. This is what sleep tech should feel like.
This is not the first technology that purports to help you sleep better. I personally am concerned that people become too dependent on technology. If there's a power outage, they're going to be in distress.
Yeah, you might have to use a blanket.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how this thing's going to work if you sleep with your cat or your kid or you know, God help us, more than 2 people in a bed.
By the way, more than 2 people in the bed isn't an orgy. It's actually the way people generally slept in the days when heat was very scarce.
Correct.
The only way to stay alive was to have all the humans share their heat.
Still the case in many cold places in the world.
Joy Calls is an AI companion developed by a company in Yorba Linda, California called OnScreen. The mission of the company is to promote technology that helps keep older people healthy and connected. AARP had an exhibit of age-related technology. They had a large collection of equipment. This is part of the AARP Age Tech Collaborative Portfolio. Now, the way this works is a relative places a call, orders a call to be placed to the patient or the parent using an AI voice companion to deliver medicine reminders, check-ins, chats, jokes, and stimulation for the mind via trivia games. Caregivers, such as relatives who are too busy to call, can get a report of the computer phone calls.
Oy.
A web app offers recommendation for the caregiver. A 2-minute call per day is free. Up to 5 20-minute calls per day cost $30 a month.
That is just so awful.
I totally agree with you. I found this one of the most creepy exhibits. I mean, this woman is so animated having a call with a machine, and her kids can't be bothered to call her for 5 minutes.
Does she know it's a machine?
I don't know. What do you think? You think her kids are conning her into saying, "We've got a friend for you"?
That would be a very smart. You know the story about the Jewish mother who says to her son, "Quick, your grandmother is coming over for dinner. Put on one of the shirts she gave you for your birthday." So he puts on the shirt. Grandma comes in and says, "So what's wrong with the other shirt?"
Hey, if it works, is it bad?
I don't know. Try it out and let us know. See what your mother thinks.
Try it on someone who has Alzheimer's. No, I'm sorry. That would be cruel.
No, that would be that's the wish that everybody has Alzheimer's, so nobody can complain to the computer. No one can complain anymore because we all have Alzheimer's. We're all just passing time and passing gas.
I'm
it's
just
a genuine
remembering.
question. You know, there are people who suffer with Alzheimer's and they're very lonely, and it's difficult to keep them company. It is difficult to talk to them. It's difficult for their family and their friends.
Oh, sure.
It's real.
Yeah, I tend to agree. For a sentient human who's got faculties, this is an insult. For someone that has serious Alzheimer's, this may be a lifeline.
Yeah.
Richard, you know more about this than I certainly do, and with a professional background. Do you think we're close to this being real?
Yes.
For that class of situations?
Lots of people are very ambivalent about their older parents. And anything that would make them feel less guilty.
Yeah.
So that wraps up the session on robotics and AI. Let's turn to personal flying machines. A Leo flight was started in 2021 to design personal aircraft. It won a NASA Hero X Award for innovation. This is a solo, you can view it as a drone for a human. It was produced in 2023. Pre-orders started last year at $99,900 and with a $999 deposit. Late 2027 is the target date for production. As you can see, it uses clustered electric jet propulsion system like a collection of small drones. It's a fixed-wing ultralight aircraft that flies at low altitudes with the stability of a hovercraft. The FAA actually has a Part 103 rules set up that allows such aircraft to be flown, I think, without a license at a maximum speed of 63 miles an hour. It's used for recreation or sport flying. 80 dB is not a low noise level. Almost like a subway. Look at all the debris that's picking up. I think you need earplugs and goggles.
I don't think it ever got out of ground effect.
Didn't the Department of War just shoot one of these down with a laser?
Oh, you mean the one in El Paso? Do you know what that real was? There was one department not telling another department.
I know.
A drone monitoring the border didn't tell the FAA what was going on.
So they had the Army shoot it down with a laser.
Yeah.
Was anybody in it?
No, it was this unmanned drone. But the originals, they were so confused, they said we're going to close El Paso for 10 days.
They thought it was a cartel drone or something.
Yeah. So the Richter flying motorcycle, it's called Smart Mobility brand, and it was incubated by Quick Wheel Technology, that's KUYK, of China for accessible personal flight. This is the Skyrider X1 that was shown at CES. It operates on land, sea, and air using a 4-axis 8-propeller system. It's constructed from carbon fiber and aluminum. It can fly up to 40 minutes at 63 miles per hour, again, conforming with FAA Part 103 rules. It can be programmed to fly automatically toward a destination. It could be used for commuting in an urban environment. There is a joystick available for manual flying. Safety systems, and get this, a parachute are included. Starting price is $60,000. I kind of doubt it flies high enough that a parachute would do you any good. Next, we turn to food preparation. The first product is called the WAN AI Chef from a company called WAN AI Chef Technology in Shenzhen, China. It bills itself as an AI OT innovator combining AI with Internet of Things, or IoT. The oven looks like a microwave oven, but it's different. What you do is it has no dials. You simply load the food and the oven figures out what you've put in, determines how to cook the contents. It can determine whether you put in raw food or ready to cook food. And it can handle, this I find amazing, multi-dish combinations. It claims it can cook a, quote, juicy steak plus crunchy asparagus, unquote, on the same plate using multi-zone temperatures with plus or minus 5.5 degree Fahrenheit precision. The oven includes,
How does it heat?
I think it's microwaves. The oven includes an expanding library of more than 1,000 recipes from professional chefs, and it can adapt to local tastes. The product is on the market for $4,000.
One AI Chef Ultra. Intelligence, wonders, and health. 15.6-inch entertainment screen, 35-liter large capacity, 7-inch control screen, minimalist color options, 0.1 meters squared to hold global flavors.
Powered by NVIDIA for ultra-performance computing.
Heyman infrared sensors detect every temperature change. A 12-megapixel camera identifies ingredients instantly. A large cooking model evolves with new recipes endlessly. With 40 super-sensitive temperature control, AI knows the perfect timing better than you. Through contactless health monitoring and AI health analysis, combined with personal health reports, it creates a personalized health profile just for you. AI Butler customizes your meals, generating nutritious recipes. Food is carefully selected and freshly prepared, delivered in one click. Your health record is updated daily. Cook with one AI chef in the AI age. One AI chef.
Did you notice the picture they showed 3 different temperatures within the cavity of the oven?
Huh.
So it's probably not microwaves, it's probably directed heaters.
Oh,
The next product is called Nosh.
It's probably microwaves, and they just use beamforming to determine where it wants to throw some microwave energy.
Yeah, that sounds.
Otherwise they couldn't. Have more than one temperature at a time.
Yeah, that sounds plausible.
Can you get one of those humanoid robots to clean it out?
Why not? So here's a food preparation device called Nosh that starts with the raw ingredients and actually prepares the food as you might do on a range top. So what you do is you act as the sous chef. Now, for those of you that have heard fine dining food prep terms, mainly from the French, sous chef is the under chef, the assistant chef that cuts up the vegetables, lays out the ingredients. And when the ingredients are laid out, it's called the mise en place, to put everything in its place. So what you do is, you'll see in the video, you place the vegetables and the ingredients like water and oil in various containers, and then the machine dispenses the raw ingredients to prepare a recipe. The recipes are tailored to your taste, your health preferences. The Nosh computer monitors each cooking stage, and they have a repertoire covering breakfast, snacks, appetizers, soups, and dinner for a variety of international cuisines. This product, you would think Nosh, which is a Yiddish term, might be an Israeli company, but surprise, it's actually the company is Nosh Robotics Private Limited from Bengaluru, India, and it costs $1,200.
Meet Nosh, the world's first intelligent robo-chef for homes. Nosh lives in your kitchen and cooks delicious food for you, just the way you like it. Here's how it works. Select your favorite dish and load the ingredients. Spices are pre-filled, and so are oil and water. Just command it to cook, and Nosh takes care of complete cooking. Nosh precisely measures and adds oil, water, and spices. Step by step, each ingredient is poured into the pan at the right time and temperature. But that's not all. Built-in camera is the eye for RoboChef Nosh, and it heats, sautés, and stirs until ingredients are perfectly cooked. For example, onions are cooked until they turn golden brown. Tomatoes are cooked until caramelization, while rice is cooked to right consistency. Tell your Nosh to cook just the way you love it, whether it's spicy, salty, or creamy. Command it from anywhere, be it from the gym or from your kids' school. With Nosh, eat your favorite food anytime, anywhere, always.
Next topic is audio video. The first product is Tactus Music. It's a company based in Boston. It makes clothing that conveys music vibrations through transducers built into the material. So people, built into the actual fabric. So people with limited hearing can sense the music. The tagline is, quote, feel the beat wherever, whenever. This jacket, and they're selling a jacket and vest for $495, each containing what they call advanced vibration technology. The product is called Vibewear, Vibewear. The garment includes speakers linked to a nearby music source via Bluetooth. The electronics and a rechargeable battery are included in the clothing. Tactics Music is supported by Northeastern University, the Lowell campus of the University of Mass, and Mass Challenge.
Now, you're not looking at any ordinary garment here. This is from Tactus, and yes, it looks very sleek, very Lululemon-ish, right? It's got that style. But inside, there's actually transducers in here, and why is that important? This has been made for the deaf community, for them to feel music, all right? You'll have the ability for, with real-time processing, to turn things like the low frequencies, to feel the rumble, the highs and the mids, to feel the details so that they can have, right, the sense of feeling, experiencing music, also community, interaction, going to live concerts. This is one of those cool things here at CES that, yes, you could walk by this booth and be like, oh, that's just like a track jacket or vest, but it is so much more. And it's really showing us how technology is helping the accessibility community and making a huge difference. And this is something that really, quite honestly, is really incredible. So Tactus, vibe with me? Yeah, we're vibing with y'all.
Y'all?
Yeah, real Bostonian accent, isn't it?
I want one of those.
Okay. So next is PhotoStacks. It's a smartphone app linked to a special printer that can produce 3D and images with apparent motion. This product is sort of reminiscent of a Polaroid snapshot with the addition of a layer that simulates motion in 3D. This is a startup in London and Bethesda, Maryland. The product is not yet launched.
So we're PhotoStacks, and we've developed a handheld printer and AI-powered app that turns your phone into an instant print camera for 3D and motion photos. So we enable you to create instant print motion.
And it uses lenticular technology.
It uses lenticular technology to create that 3D and motion effect. This is a 3D photo.
So one thing I'm curious about is, how does the actual product work? Is there like a dye sublimation printer in there? Or how does it interact? Like, when does the lenticular process come into effect?
Yeah, no, I love that you actually want to know about the technical details. So the way it works is that our printer prints an interlaced version of all those frames together. Sends that to the printer via Bluetooth, and the printer prints the photo paper layer as well as, and then aligns and adheres the lenticular on top.
So it prints it first, then it goes beneath the lenticular layer and it's fused together.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
And our patent actually covers printing on the substrate as well as directly on the lenticular lens.
And it can do all that inside the small form factor.
Yes.
That's incredible. And the photos are pretty good. What is this, 4" by 4" or so?
Yeah, the final one is going to be 3" by 3".
3" by 3".
Yeah.
Okay, wow. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
A real human.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Next, we have Skywave Surround Sound. The company is Ultimia, Ultimea. They specialize in surround sound for home theaters. The company claims to be the largest seller of surround sound systems in 100 countries. The system here, the X70, provides 7.1.4 speaker system that simulates front left, center, front right, side right, rear left, rear right, subwoofer, and 4 overhead speakers. The actual speakers are provided in 8. There's 8 speakers in a soundbar, including 2 that are up firing and a separate subwoofer. That's the 10-inch subwoofer that goes down to 20 hertz. 2 rear small speaker boxes each contain a forward and an up-firing powered speaker. Dolby Atmos is encoding is used to create the 7.1.4 sound field. The speakers are driven by a neural core, I guess that's their trade name, a neural level processor controllable by an app. It uses wireless communications and a 980-watt peak power amplifier. The cost for the soundbar, including the speaker stands, is $809. So you can see a little more detail in the video. So for the 0.4 speakers overhead, they don't actually mount the speakers overhead. They beam the sound to bounce off the ceiling.
Does it do from a 2-channel input, or does it need a Dolby Atmos input?
I think it depends on Dolby, but let's see if I didn't see if it's described here.
I'm sorry, but the radiation patterns at different frequencies are so different. And the ceiling may be reflective or absorptive or not be there at all. Oh, good.
They're not aiming at a music audience.
No. Look, it's like, I don't know if you remember, I wrote an article about CES, and that's the supposedly high-end audio systems. And company after company said, when I said I'm with the Boston Audio Society, they said, oh, we don't sell to the audiophiles of the world. We sell to people that want good enough music. They want it to sound better than the supermarket, but our customers don't know what top-notch audio is, and we're not selling that.
I imagine with the right test signals, you could probably align this thing to some kind of standard. And
so has anyone heard of this company, Ultimia?
No.
Arrow 3D is the company that makes the best surround sound for music that I've come across.
Which one?
Arrow 3D, AURO 3D.
Okay.
But where do they put the speakers?
Where does Arrow 3D put the speakers?
Yeah.
All around my room, I have about 20 speakers up on the ceiling.
Well, that's the point here. You actually have speakers where the sound is
that's right.
from.
But it can take. I can make mono recordings, Toscanini and Studio 8H, sound brilliant.
Well, I hear that some classical music is being recorded in Atmos.
Yes.
And presumably it's compatible with this stuff. I would expect this to have a HDMI input.
Oh.
To pass a digital stream into it for its own processing.
That's interesting.
And I've heard setups in stores of these reflective upcaster type speakers. They do something if they're set up with care.
That's good. Are there test signals that you can?
It's not as good as live speakers up there.
Yeah,
obviously.
But I mean, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'm glad somebody's trying to do something.
So now we turn to a brand most of us are familiar with. This is Klipsch. The Klipsch different speakers. They've updated the top end of their speaker line with the Reference Premier. The speaker continues the horn-loaded technology introduced in 1946 with a larger 90-degree by 90-degree silicone composite hybrid horn for more efficient transfer of high frequencies. Woofer uses ceramic metallic material with an aluminum shorting ring to reduce distortion, combined with titanium tweeters to minimize distortion. These speakers are in a cabinet with additional bracing and a divided cabinet volume to add rigidity and reduce vibration and resonance. The speaker cabinets are designed to create a slim appearance. Some of the reference Premier speakers support Dolby Atmos with, quote, this is their term, elevation speakers to create a 360 immersive experience. The tall speaker assembly you see there includes the Dolby up-firing speakers embedded at the top of the cabinet, and they cost $1,300 each.
So this is the new Klipsch reference signature. Okay. So this is a completely new line of home theater speakers, going to be available later this year. It's a real step up in performance from reference Premier. So it's a three-way design. So you see the high, medium frequency, and low frequency drivers. Kind of see that low diffraction design for a great clean sound stage. The mid-range and the horn come together for better phase alignment and more point source. So
Talking about this thing.
yeah.
It's kind of like built in. It's like pushing the horn up a little bit.
Correct. Yeah, we combine those for better time alignment, so the sound sounds like it's coming from one spot. Really,
This is a monstrous center.
that's an 8-inch woofer center.
Eight-inch woofer. Okay. Are you guys making a smaller version?
Yeah, it'll be available in a 6-inch as well.
6-inch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What do we got? Like a 18-inch depth on this guy?
Just about. Yeah, just about. So you got that nice wide base on it, so that it doesn't tip over. Super solid cabinet. We've got that horizontal wood grain, so kind of we can almost kind of visualize like the air and the audio waves going off the side of it, which is what that low diffraction design is for. Yeah, 8-inch woofers on this one. That'll be available in a 6-inch version as well.
Do you have pricing on any of these or no?
Not yet. We'll be releasing that later this year, but
And these are slated for.
let's call it fall.
Let's call it fall. Okay. So next year, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me, this year. This year. Did I say next year? Maybe this year.
This fall. Okay.
I might be haven't celebrated New Year's yet, but yeah.
Okay, you want to talk about the Apollo real quick?
So Project Apollo, whereas reference Premier and reference signature are all about home theater, Project Apollo is all about music listening, 2-channel audio. So this is going to be available in a monitor speaker like this, as well as a tower. Tower got damaged on the way to the show, so we don't have it. But that tower has 4 8-inch woofers utilizing a custom designed TechStream cone material, which is an advanced carbon fiber composite, the highest performance level possible in terms of 2-channel audio. So similar horn design to reference signature with those dual mid-ranges, side firing woofers here.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Does the towers have side firing as well, or no?
The towers are all on the front.
Exponent, when can we hear Apollo? That's the biggest question.
Let's say sometime in 2027. That one will be next year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're not even talking about Apollo.
Yeah,
Are
Apollo.
we able to hear this in Exponent or CDO, something like that?
Hopefully CDO.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
So was that salesperson full of hot air when he said the horizontal cut of the wood somehow is related to the sound coming towards the listener?
Well, he did mention the basically the rounded corners on some of those, which reduce diffraction problems.
Right.
Okay.
The direction of the grain of the wood has very little influence on audio unless it's in a soundboard or the front of a violin.
But he implied that it would give you the illusion of the flow of sound.
That's hot air.
Not much evidence of horns. The whole point of the clips was how efficient they were with and how much space they needed, because in order to do bass, they needed to have the horns against the wall and take up a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
So these look like they're trying to do something with to use the brand to make products that really are not clip speakers. Well, I mean, what's clips about these?
That's a good question, but the company has moved on. You know, the founder is gone, and
yeah.
Klipsch still makes the Klipsch horn and the bell and the La Scala and so forth. Those original horn-based designs. And you know they have to be big because the wavelengths are big.
Yeah.
And they work to a certain extent with some limitations, but they achieve some things that you can't do in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
John F. Allen loves them.
I remember when Klipsch himself came to the GTE labs in the late 70s, and it was the setup was put together by the Music Box in Wellesley, which was the Klipsch, local Klipsch dealer, and it was best by far that I ever heard in GTE labs, which was a very tough place for anybody who wanted to demonstrate their speakers.
Wow. Why was the GTE was the telephone company, right?
It was in Waltham. It was not. This was not a telephone company. I don't remember what they actually made there. As I recall, it may have been defense-related electronics.
Oh, okay. Because I worked near there, and I used to see the labs. I assumed they were sort of the Bell Labs of GTE.
May be right, and I may be wrong.
I don't know. I never went in the building, so I don't know what they did there. So now moving on. Why is it? There it is. Moving on to the nostalgia market, starting with pinball machines. When I was researching this, I learned that this company is Stern Pinball. It was founded in the 1930s by a guy named Sam Stern.
Yeah.
Sam was part owner of Williams Electronics, and it turns out Williams, Bally, and Gottlieb created the pinball industry. The company makes machines ranging in prices from $6,000 to $9,700. And they sell accessories to the machine consisting of knobs, signs, toppers, and even gaming clothes to wear while you're using the pinball machine.
I am C3 of Human Cyborg Relations.
Gaming and game technology is a huge part of CES. Just looking at the underside of the table, I mean, there's no question that there is some serious engineering to make such a great, fun product.
I love playing pinball machines, but I've never actually had a chance to see what goes on below the surface.
Pinball in my galaxy? I don't think so. This is unique to your system.
So I know this whole video is not about pinball, but it gives you a sense of what goes on at the show.
The Dungeons & Dragons Tyrant's Eye is the first time I ever even contemplated buying a pinball game. The fact that I can just sign in with my account, track my progress, level up my character. There's a lot of new technologies that people don't realize are in pinball games.
It's just so much more rewarding, it's tactile.
Test my mental body wasn't fast enough.
We saw The Walking Dead on there and we're like, let's go see what's happening. It was fun.
It's pinball, so you can never go wrong with pinball.
Exactly.
Yes, it was quite an interesting amusement. Well, thank you.
You know, it's like a whole new generation is discovering mechanical engineering. So, Flashback is a new Australian company that created a camera reminiscent of a Kodak Instamatic. The camera can take 27 photos, but they're not film. It's digital. However, in order to go from one shot to the other, you have to operate a mechanical winder. And after 27 photos, the so-called film roll has to be developed. Developing consists of connecting a physical camera to a smartphone or computer to upload the 13 megapixel photos. Only after uploading, another 27 photos can be shot. And in fact, they offer you the option to simulate the delay and anticipation of developing a roll of film so they can lock the 27 photos and not allow you to upload it for 24 hours. So you're told to come back after the film is developed. This is called the optional film camera mode with 24 hours of delayed gratification. The camera is available in a variety of two-tone colors for $119.
Hello and welcome to Flashback. We're thrilled to have you join our community. Now, let's dive into your new camera and app and get you snapping in no time. To get started, wind up your camera to turn it on. You'll know when it's on because a little screen at the top will display how many images you have in your digital roll of film. Now that you're ready to take a photo, wind the dial until it stops. This will bring your next photo in queue and ready to go. Now, decide whether you want the flash on or off. To turn it on, switch this on the front of the camera and wait for the red light to come on the back. Then you're ready to go. Snap your photo and you'll notice the screen at the top will show you that you have one less shot available. Keep rolling and shooting until your film roll is complete. Say goodbye to Film Labs. Your camera connects directly to your phone for easy photo downloading. Now, let's unload your film roll.
Oh no!
You locked the computer.
That's the 1984 Mac.
Remember, this is retro.
Use the camera. Now, here's tips on how to take better photos. Tip number 1. Avoid blurry photos like this by keeping your camera as steady as possible. A firm grip is key. Make sure to turn your flash off in bright environments so your photos aren't overexposed like this. Well, that's about it. Happy snapping, and remember to stay candid.
And this got a good design award.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I wonder what design group that was.
It even comes with a lanyard strap, you notice. Or at least an anchor for it. Now the ultimate is a typewriter. This is called Quirky Writer, and the company is called Quirky Toys. It's a fully functioning keyboard using mechanical typewriter keys. The key connection, this is connected, of course, to a computer. The return bar, you notice on the left, see that? It's a carriage return. And of course, there is no movable carriage, but it's the equivalent of the enter key. Or you can program it with a macro to generate up to 15 characters. The prototype was built from mechanical typewriter parts. The company began in 2014 with about $129,000 in Kickstarter funding. The first model is sold out. The Quirky Writer 2 ships next month for about $280. A detached numerical keypad is available for $130.
Does it come with a can of digital whiteout?
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah.
Is there an undo key?
Holy moly. Oh.
Probably has a backspace.
Or you just pick it up and shake it.
Now, for the ultimate of someone who longs for something mechanical but is sort of addicted to a smartphone, here is a compromise. This is a smartphone with a case that includes a mechanical design, according to the company, inspired by the timeless artistry of horology. Horology is the study of watches. The parts are finished with hand polishing. What you see there is a watch escapement. It actually can be wound and it will tick for 30 seconds. The case is called Escapement. It's sold out. It's already sold out for Samsung and Apple phones. It's sold out at $275 per case. A custom version for the iPhone 17 Pro Max is shipping just about now for $425.
If you're a fan of mechanical watches like me, you sometimes miss having that mechanical watch, kind of the gears and all that stuff, if you're wearing a smartwatch and all of that stuff. Well, the folks at Chronomade have made a phone case and a battery for people like us. So these are premium products. This is pretty cool stuff. So first, the phone case. He spun it up, and now there's the gears. This doesn't do anything other than look cool. It doesn't charge your battery or anything like that. But that's the case.
It doesn't keep time either.
So premium parts, that's how it is. That's the case. Now, here is a battery. This is actually a prototype of a battery, but you can see how there are all of the gearing and stuff. The battery's like $300. Very cool, though. We are here at CES filtering through the noise and finding the cool little gems like this so that you can just enjoy. So make sure you stay subscribed to the Mac Geek Gab channel and also to our CES 2026 playlist so that you don't miss out on anything, none of which would be possible without the help from our CES 2026 coverage sponsors. So please, please give them some love. Stay subscribed. Thanks for watching. Don't get caught. Enjoy.
Finally, we come to nostalgia in Las Vegas itself. An artist has reimagined the famous welcome sign to Las Vegas. An artist named Daniel Arsham took this sign and added what he called a touch of nostalgia to create this new sign. It's inside the Las Vegas Convention Center West Hall lobby. It was commissioned for Complex Con, a convention on, quote, culture, fashion, art, music, food, and tech that was held last October. So to give you a description of the artist's work as explained in a trade magazine called Facilities and Destination. Quote, known for transforming familiar icons into imagined future relics, Arsham reinterprets the world-famous Las Vegas sign with an oxidized bronze finish that merges nostalgia with futurism. The piece reimagines the symbol not only as a marker of place, but as a monument to memory, reinvention, and the ever-evolving energy of Las Vegas itself.
So
it sounds a bit over the top in poetry, but I actually found this in the corner of the lobby. It was not prominently featured, but I thought it was worth a photo and closing our presentation with this. So thank you very much for my personal trip through the Consumer Electronics Show. The next show opens right after New Year's in 2027. And I've already booked my room, so it's on my agenda. The show lasted 4 days. I estimate I walked by about half the exhibits and stopped at maybe 100 booths. So, admittedly, among the 4,100 exhibits, there's plenty of minimal, incremental, and overhyped product designs. So I try to suss out the innovation among the mediocre. So thank you for attending, and I hope you found this fun tour of CES.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you, Ken Wacks. This is always a fun time
Thank
of
you.
year because we get to get your wrap up on this. It's always so cool. So I have a question for you, if I could ask the first question, and that is, how do you decide which ones to spend your time with? Because there's so many.
Well, first of all, I go there with press credentials, so I get a ton of emails before the show. And what I do is I quickly look through, and if I see an email of something that sounds a little extraordinary, I'll put it in as my CES 27 file. And then it actually takes quite a bit of planning because in the middle of all this, I'm scheduling visits with clients and prospects. So I try to carve out time, and it's particularly challenging because there are 8 exhibit halls spread out over 2 miles. There's the West Hall, the North Hall, the Central Hall. There are 2 South Halls, and there are 2 halls, and the Venetian Hotel, which is almost 2 miles away from the convention center. Plus, there are exhibits at various hotels separate from all this. So I go through my collection of what I got for pre-show announcements. Then I take photos on my phone as I go around and see exhibits that I think are unusual. Then I go to a separate exhibit, totally independent of CES. There is Showstoppers, which is open only to the press, that features a couple of hundred leading edge innovations and products that aren't on the market yet. So I get to do a quick tour of that. It's usually the first night of the show for a few hours. And for the past few years, that's been held at the Bellagio Hotel, the one with the fancy water fountain in the front. And then it takes quite a while, but I go through all these materials I've collected, and I generally boil it down to about 30 to 50, and then I keep culling it. And then I search YouTube for videos. So I have 2 sets of files. One are stills that I use in the PowerPoint, and then there are video clips which I find on YouTube. In the past few years, I've been able to find YouTube videos that fit the time constraint of keeping the videos under 2 minutes. I do have video editing software, which I was tempted to use, but I was able to find enough videos. You notice some of them were in the vertical format. Those are the short form videos, which YouTube introduced to compete with TikTok.
Makes sense. Yeah, sometimes when I go to trade shows, I like to find the little booths that are in the back for the companies with no money.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a
CES allocates the lower floor at the Venetian Convention Center for what they call Eureka Park. They'll allocate 10 by 10 booths at low cost for startups, for international exhibitors, for colleges. So it sort of reminds me of being in a sweaty college dorm. Too many people crowded in too small a space, overly excited about their stuff. and there's literally hundreds of exhibits crammed into Eureka Park.
Got it.
So what I did this year is I spent the first day at the Venetian, the second day back at the convention center, the third day at the Venetian, and then back at the convention center, because trying to get from one to the other during the day is very challenging. I did that once, and you have to allocate about a half hour to wait in a long queue, get on a bus, get stuck in traffic on Las Vegas Boulevard, because they don't go, it's not a beeline. They have to go around the edges of a triangle, because a direct line would take you through the Desert Inn golf course, which was, I think it was Frank Sinatra's hangout.
You'd think there'd be a gizmo for you at this point.
There is. It's the flying machine. Personal
That flying
flying
machine only
machine.
had 40 minutes capacity. It wouldn't be good enough for him.
Well,
I
I
could
didn't see any flying machines really flying around Las Vegas. You did see a very brief video of boring. The Tesla company has a subsidiary which builds sort of subways, a very limited subway. It's not very efficient at all because you have to get in a Tesla car with a driver and they drive you through the tunnel. I did that. I don't think I did it this year. I did it last year. It's a cheap thrill. It only goes a half a mile or so.
The Boring Company.
Yeah, that's the name of the company, Boring. Las Vegas transportation is pretty awful. They've got a privately run monorail, which it isn't located at the best places. There should be something on the strip, but the existing taxis, Ubers, and Lyfts sort of corner the market, and they don't want anyone butting in there. There is public bus service along the strip, which is okay, but the buses get stuck in traffic. And Las Vegas is changing. It's no longer Las Vegas used to be the place that attracted Midwest tourists looking for a cheap holiday. And I mean really cheap. When I started going to CES in the 90s, buffet breakfast was $2. And that included fresh squeezed orange juice. And a fancy dinner buffet would run $5 to $10, maybe $20 at some place like Caesar's Palace. Those days are over. Everything is getting very expensive.
Really?
So much so that according to some YouTubers, Las Vegas isn't geared at the middle class anymore. It's the high rollers, and they could care less about people like us going there.
Really? That's a surprise. It used to be that the casinos were where they made all their money and everything else was a loss leader. So if you didn't
No,
gamble, you
not
went
in
on a cheap vacation.
food is no longer a loss leader. And
I mean, the same thing is happening to chain stores that are abandoning middle class neighborhoods because the migration of wealth to the upper classes is such that there's nobody, the consumers aren't consuming enough to make it worth the while for the big chains to locate in regular neighborhoods. And so this is not just Las Vegas is the leading edge of this, but this is a phenomenon of the cultural shift of wealth towards the billionaires.
yeah, I mean, look at the city like New York City.
Yeah.
New York City, I think the only reason it still exists as a melting pot is because there were remnants of rent control. There were rent stabilized apartments. And I know some people in New York who put their kids on the lease, and then the kids put their kids on the lease in order to keep their rent controlled apartment.
In a basement apartment, and the only light that's coming in is through these glass tiles that poke out into the sidewalk, and it's got a bedroom and a little nook for a kitchen and a bathroom, and it's so cheap you'll never move.
Is that where you lived in Manhattan?
I lived in places like that, sure. Yeah, and they were,
The
special arrangements and things like this.
the
Yeah.
average rent
So,
for a
you
low
tell
end
these
one
stories.
bedroom in Manhattan is $2,000.
Uh,
A low end, a more decent place is $4,000 to $6,000.
a month.
Yeah, and they won't take you unless your income, I think, is 40 times the rent.
Yep.
So either salaries are extraordinarily high for, I mean, a lot of people are in the publishing industry, the entertainment industry in New York. Are they really earning in the high 100,000s to afford these apartments? I think the average player on Broadway, other than the stars, is lucky if they're making 100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. So the world we grew up in died when Jack Kennedy was shot, I think. I don't think our culture has recovered from that event. And there hasn't been a decent Democrat since then. Bobby Sr. might have turned out to be, but we haven't had a real Democratic leader since JFK.
Well, I do credit Johnson with introducing the civil rights laws.
Only because Jack Kennedy got shot, but he thought that because he said there goes the South when he had the civil rights. You know, he was aware that the civil rights bill would turn the South into Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it out of respect for Jack, but he also but his real problem was FDR. And so Lyndon needed a great society, so like the New Deal. And then he had to have a Vietnam War, complete with a little mini Pearl Harbor that got him into the Vietnam War, the Gulf of Tonkin. So
No, I agree with you. If he hadn't got mired down in Vietnam, he'd be rated as he'd be up there with Roosevelt in reputation.
That's right. But what he did was set the stage for Nixon. And we have Nixon even worse.
It's ironic that Nixon was the one who pushed through the Clean Air and Clean Water Acts.
Yeah.
He wasn't, we didn't know what terrible was in those days.
Yeah. We're learning.
I wonder if.
Yeah, I hesitate to look at the headlines, what happened today.
I know. I'm glad to be able to, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Hmm?
Are we done?
It sounds like it. In more ways than.
I think we're finished, is what we're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Iran hasn't responded yet. They probably have gas and biological weapons that they haven't deployed yet. We'll see.
Gonna mine the Strait of Hormuz, right?
All right. Well,
that'll be fun and games.
Oil. I mean, just put gas up your cars right away, guys. Anyway, anybody's in the neighborhood, but I have the music party that's usually at my house the last Monday of the month we were hit with a snowstorm, so it's this Monday night. So anybody's in the neighborhood, come by. I have the last Ben Zander concert is that John F. Allen made a recording of. Is one of the best recordings I've ever heard. It's fantastic sounding. So that'll be on the agenda.
What is it?
Bruckner Seventh, a Mozart 20 piano concerto, and a Bruckner Seventh symphony.
Do you have a theater system also, a movie system, Richard?
Yeah. I have there's a screen, and there's a TV, a regular TV. There's my monitor, and in the back of the room there's a projector.
Is that a aspect ratio 16:9 or CinemaScope?
CinemaScope.
And what brand's your projector?
Sony. It's a couple of years old now, but it has three laser beams, and that makes a very good picture when it gets good material.
Mm-hmm.
And 27, well, maybe 23 channels of surround plus subwoofers.
With real speakers in the ceiling, not up fighting.
Real speakers in here. I have it on blurred background. I have to figure out how to get on, but the black ones were on sale, so the white ones were not on sale. So being an audiophile, I got the black ones. But it's fun. As long as the electricity works, it's still fun. Okay.
You'll have to get yourself a battery backup system.
I do. Well, I have a gas powered generator, a Generac.
But what about a solar system?
Oh, I have that. But then, of course, yeah. But that's on the roof. You can't see that.
So you have solar plus a gas generator?
Yeah. No, I don't think that the solar wouldn't be enough to run the whole house the way. And besides, at the time, I had a refrigerator with medication in it that I didn't want to spoil.
Yeah, but do you have is the solar feeding a battery?
I actually don't know. It's worth 20.
No, if you would know, it'd be a huge thing, like.
No, there are the panels on the roof and they go into the electrical thing, but I don't know if there's a battery.
No, you don't have like a Tesla Powerwall or equivalent.
No, I have a 220. I have a big charger in case for Dave Hadaway. He used to come by with an electric car, and so I installed some electricity for him so he could charge it.
Mm-hmm.
While he was here, but other than that, no. I don't think I have you would think I would know something like that.
Yeah, it's not cheap. You would know if you spent money on a.
If I didn't spend money on it, I don't have it. But I wasn't thinking of. I was thinking of solar as kind of cutting down my electric usage in real time. Not as something as a backup system.
Only during the day.
That's the point. You use the solar power to charge the battery and then use it all night.
Well,
I think I'll pass out here. Thank you.
I think I'll pass out here too.
Okay. Bye.
I'm going to drop myself. I hope it doesn't end the meeting. Thank you very much, Ken, for the presentation today.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
All right. And great to see you all.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Be well. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.